Welcome to another episode of Share the Vibes Podcast. I'm your host, Jink the DJ, founder CEO of Share the Vibes LLC. Glad to have you with us for another episode with another special guest because you know every guest is special. Nothing's changed. It's season 4 and every guest is still special. So that's how we rock it, man. So we're glad to have you with you. Glad you have you with us. Weather's crazy right now. I don't know what it's like when you're hearing this, but stay safe, stay warm. If it's hot this weekend, stay cool. Like I said, I don't know what it's gonna be like when you hear this, but glad you're rocking with us regardless of what's going on. So stay safe out here, stay blessed. Make sure you tap in with ShareTheVibesLLC.com. Get merch, check out the other podcast episodes, see what we got going on. We're gonna keep bringing the vibes to you this year. So before we get into our special guest, like I say, because every guest is special, Mwanje, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Good, man. Yeah, I'm definitely in one of those places where the weather is crazy. It was snowing earlier. It was cold. Was that last Friday before us? No, it was last Friday. Actually, I think we were. Oh no, that was Friday before last. Friday before last. It was cold enough where the school was canceled. So you know how that goes.
Cold. Do that in Milwaukee.
They got cold in Milwaukee. Yeah. So
nothing in Milwaukee.
Nope. So yeah, so that's how it was for us. But yeah, though. Other than that, man, it's all good. Back in full effect. Getting content out, getting podcasts out, getting music out. Shout out to Mahogany Teakwood. Go ahead, check that out. You fool with the AI. I know some people don't, but I mess with it here and there just to try it out and see what's going on. But yeah, check out Mahogany Teakwood. But other than that, man, it's all good. It's all good.
That's what's up, man. That's a solid EP too. I meant to tell you that. I think I've been texting about everything else, but I forgot I did listen to the EP. It is solid. So
that, man.
Shout out to you, man. Mahogany Teakwood. That's dope. Check that out on all your platforms, all that good stuff. But yeah, man. So like I say, special guests. Audio Moguls Podcast Network, proud members of Audio Moguls Podcast Network. So make sure you tap in there as well. That link is in the description. And if you don't like music and technology, like I said, I don't know why you're here. Maybe you just like Savage. I don't care, but I appreciate you for being here. But it's a lot of options on the network, so check them out, man. There's something for you out there. So shout out Audio Moguls Media, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. All right, man. Special guest, man. So today, man, we got celebrity DJ, top flight celebrity DJ of the world. Man, we got DJ Savage with us today, Mr. Mickey Dunning, straight out of Mobile, Alabama. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm blessed, man. How y'all doing, man?
All right, man. Good. You on here, Mobile's finest.
For sure.
Now where you from? You like Mobile, Pritchard, Trinity Gardens? Like what's your
I'm from Mobile. I'm from Tomanville. Like I went to LaFleur High School. We was from Mobile.
Straight Mobile. Man. So if y'all been listening long enough, you know my white people down in Mobile. So I always like joke around with I don't think we have anybody from Mobile on. Now that I think about it, you might be our first Mobilian.
That's good. That's great.
So yeah, man. So DJ Savage, man. Let's see here. So I always like to tell the story of how I got connected with our guest, as long as it's a guest that I know. Most of y'all have been. So yeah, Savage, man. I want to say we met my freshman year at Miles, because I think you got the Birmingham 2010, right?
Yeah, I got that 2010.
All right, so I got that 2011. So yeah, that was it's coming 15 years ago. Yes. Yeah. Woo, my Lord.
Time move.
Man, my
y'all getting old.
Man.
For sure.
That's crazy. Good.
Yeah, man.
Well, met Savage 15 years ago. At Miles, and Savage and TTU. We ain't had TTU on. I'm gonna have to get him on here one day too, man. TTU. Savage and TTU kind of like yin and yang.
Yeah, for sure.
Savage is cool. He handled his business until you piss him off. But TTU just on 10 all the time. No matter what's going on. TTU
all the time.
But, man, that's the dynamic duo, man. So one day we'll be on campus. And most of the stuff we did on campus, Savage with DJ, and TTU, for lack of better words, is like the hype man. TTU on the mic, he hyping the crowd up, he doing the dances with everybody, all that good stuff. So we parties on campus, comedy, all this stuff. It was Savage and TTU for the most part. We had other DJs too, but that was like the in-house group, if you will. Most of the house parties and like nearby, they did that. Man, and have gone to do some pretty great things we're gonna get into. So man, I'm glad to have Savage on. So Savage DJ my wedding. So shout out to Savage and TTU. People still talk about our wedding to this day. People tell me that felt like homecoming. That's the most lit wedding we've been to, which I felt that way, not just because it was my wedding. I've just been to a lot of weddings, and it was just fun. Like we wasn't on there. It was just we had food trucks and a good time. Like it was,
real
man. Straight up. And then you know me, I'm a little unconventional. So like it rained during cocktail hour, so they kind of threw things off. And I'm just over there by Savage, like, hey man, show me how this rain controller work, man. You told me it's all manual. Show me how this thing work, man. So I'm at my wedding getting DJ lessons. But nonetheless, glad to have you on here, brother. We're gonna get into all this stuff, man. I know you're doing some great things. Breezy Bowl, I think that was Key Glock or somebody came through. I know all the big names come through. Savage, so we're gonna get into all of that. But to break the ice. So like I said, I don't know when this episode is dropping. It should be pretty soon. But hey, Mardi Gras season is upon us. We always hear the big debate, Mobile, New Orleans. I've heard you talking about it. So I'm gonna let you get your stuff out right here on here. What's the real Mardi Gras, man, and why?
All right, so the original Mardi Gras, it started in Mobile, Louisiana. Okay. At the point, Louisiana, the Louisiana Purchase hadn't happened yet. So Mobile was a part of Louisiana. And I think because it was a part of Louisiana, people like to say, oh, it started in New Orleans. New Orleans was Louisiana, well, the case may be. But what it is, when the purchase happened, they left Mobile where it was, which eventually became Mobile, Alabama. So Mobile was still Mobile.
Come on now.
It was still Mobile. You feel me? So, and when it became a part of Alabama, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the tradition carried on. So no matter what state it was in, Mobile was the city itself started Mardi Gras, and New Orleans just came about, and they did it too. And the difference between the two is the fact that New Orleans, I feel like that's where I would go if I had my boys. Me, saying you, all of us, let's go down there, have some fun, some drinks, walk around, get drunk, whatever the case may be, catch a few bees, see a little, people flashing us and stuff. That's what it is. In Mobile, we family oriented. So everybody out there, including the mama, the newborn, the everybody's out there. People have it's tradition for the families to be out there. They got their same. I know where to go ever since I was little to go find a certain people. Because they're gonna be at the same spot every time. Yeah, cooking, doing what they gotta do. Is family oriented. That's why it's like, bro. I can't even give you a number, man, of how many people be out there, bro. It be busting, and it's a thick crowd from like 6 or 7 blocks straight. You know what I'm saying? So it's very family oriented, bro. And we throw what we throw off the float is like unmatched. Like they really throwing TVs, J's, PS5s, wigs, hella debit cakes. Like, man, bro, you will catch your life out there. You go back with groceries and everything, bro. So that's the difference between us and New Orleans.
That's what's up. I love so. I mean, I get on IG all the time, and I hear Savage doing at least once a year. I hear Savage doing the breakdown of Mardi Gras in Mobile versus New Orleans. Like I say, my wife has told me some of the stories too. And I got other friends. I think they get like a U-Haul every year and just put it out there, and they just be in the back of it, just post it up. And I've literally seen the videos, people throwing TVs, and so he is not exaggerating that. People literally throwing stuff off floats. Like most places throw candy off a float. They throwing stuff that like you get a concussion out there. You're not careful. So that's crazy,
real,
man.
Follow up though. I want to follow up though. So who got the better food? Is it New Orleans or Mobile?
I ain't gonna lie, New Orleans got some good food. I can't deny them on that. The food is good because they got their own like traditional stuff. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Mobile, like I said, you got a whole bunch of families, and I can't explain the house cooking. We know just different house cooking, bro. But then you got the people that just can just flat out be yourself, whether it's smoking turkey, smoking or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think about that. I think New Orleans, you really gotta go somewhere and buy some food. But in Mobile, you walk around to the next spot, somebody grilling. And half the time they'll give you a plate. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you a plate. So I can't say who's better. That's one thing I can't say who's better. Hey, down south people know how to cook. Period.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like I mean, when you were saying that, I was like, man, that sounds like just culture at its finest. Where you can go down, and that's the difference between living up north and living down south. When I go down south, it's like a breath of fresh air for me because everybody's nice, everybody's talking, everybody's speaking, everybody's act like they was raised with some sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, and then to hear that, you can go to somebody's house, you just walking down and they really see somebody grilling, hey man, let me get a rib, let me get a whatever, and they'll take care of you. And when you do it up here, because my family from the South here, so I kind of got a little bit of that Southern hospitality. So we do something here like that, and somebody come over like, hey man, let me get a hot dog or something. It's not like wild to do that, but most part you try to talk to somebody getting food, like, no man, move around. This is so it's just like always a breath of fresh air to hear that, man. It's just the culture down there is just so great.
Yeah,
Y'all was
man.
great. Y'all was raised. Y'all was
Southern
raised,
culture,
man.
man. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. So, oh man. So we a lot of angles with today's conversation we could go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're a musician. You play the bass. I know you grew up in church, still in the church. Been DJing all over, from college campuses to literally DJ the Breezy Bowl. Like, I'm not making that up. Like, he did that a few months ago. So, no, quite the range. I see you playing your 2K with your floater. So, man, you talk about Mobile. Let's take it back to the beginning a little bit. This is what my 1J likes to do. So, growing up in Mobile, you already mentioned you went to LaFleur High School. Kind of what in your upbringing planted that seed, that musical seed in you?
Well, my dad, like I said, we've been in church all our life, all my life. I'm the only boy of 3 sisters. And all of us was musically inclined. It just was hereditary. But the push was that, like, every time we went to church, like my dad, he played the bass or whatever. I started out playing drums or whatever, but eventually I picked up the bass when I got to high school, and it went from church. Church is what got me ready for speaking in front of everybody and not being scared to to perform in front of everybody. Getting all that out the way. So it went from church to my elementary school to my middle school. So my elementary and middle school tied in together. It was O'Shell Road and then Dunbar, but both of these were magnet programs and performing arts schools. So when I was in elementary, they had us doing I was in band. They had us doing gymnastics. I had to learn tap dancing, ballet, jazz. Like I had to learn all this stuff because it was just performing arts. It was like we had to do that. It was a necessity. Going to our middle school, which was this was what they really was like. Okay, you came from this school, so I know that you know how to do this. So now it's got to put you on. They push us out on the stage. We have started having all these concerts, drama plays, and just so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? Then when I got to high school, it kind of rested on me, and all I had was band. So then because I was like you had different levels of band, intermediate 1. The last level of band for middle school was like jazz band.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it to the 7th and 8th grade because I was like tripping on my grades and stuff. So I kind of flunked out of that school and went to the hood school. But that helped me. It helped me because in my mind, I was like, dang, I was blessed where I was. Because I'm not being in this band. Like we had a choice. It was either band or PE. You couldn't do both. I was in the gym. We was hooping. So I wasn't gonna be in that band. That just was over with. It wasn't the same. Like it was boring. And it just made me realize that where I was coming from, where I had just left, was really a blessing to my life or whatever. When I got to high school, I had to reconnect with all my friends, and we all was in the band. And because we knew how to do everything, like we still were hooping, like we still was able to play basketball while still being in the band and stuff like that. My 12th grade year, I ended up making varsity and drum major, but I couldn't do both, so I had a choice to make.
Right.
And when I was there, and this actually like 11th grade year, when I was there, DeMarcus Cousins was there. So the point guard was like 6'4", like I'm 5'10", bro. I can hoop.
Yeah,
I ain't
right.
scared, but I know when it comes to trying to get in the game, it ain't gonna happen. So I'm gonna go beat this drum major real quick.
Right.
Which got me to Miles College.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The drum major stuff got me to Miles College. And I was real good on my instrument and all that stuff, man. And during that time, I had picked up. I've only played for maybe 5 churches in total in my life. I ended up playing bass guitar at the church, man, and that just got me consistent. It got me to be consistent with what I was doing, so I can Prepare for the Future, which I'm at Pastor Mike's church, Pastor Mike Dad's church,
Okay.
Revelation in Irondale. So that's where I'm at now. I'm I'm MD over there. I've been there since 2020. And the music thing is just everything tied in to me being a musician, even DJing. The
Yeah.
reason why I'm so different with DJing, like I know I'm different. I know that I'm not gonna say that I'm better than anybody because they're just different styles. But
Yeah.
I know that when it comes to consistency and all that and making the people feel like make people looking at you like, dang, bro, what's that? It's because I'm a musician.
Yeah.
Like certain songs that I have to bring in, I have to count on. People not counting, they just bringing it in. But I know the count because I'm a musician.
Right.
And other people are not musicians. They just, I picked up DJing type stuff. Everything ties in together. And when it comes to like I don't know if you want to talk about it, getting the breeze balls, all that stuff is just resources for real. We'll get in that later, whatever you want to ask later,
Yeah, man, I'm glad you brought up the counting, because one thing I like, a lot of conversations I like to have when we have DJs on here, just kind of like different styles to how you approach music, how you organize your crates, how you like set your cue points and stuff. So, because like if you put 3 DJs in a room, let them all open up their Serato, the same song loaded up, and it's gonna look completely different on everybody's computer, just because we think different. I'm kind of like you. I was percussionist. I played, I marched snare. I played everything in concert band and all that. I played the set at church. So, just kind of by nature, I kind of got that rhythm in my head. I count stuff. Like that's why, like as an alpha, I was good at stepping because it was just kind of like rudiments in my head. It was just all like I'm just counting beats and stuff. So with my music, my cue points, like I cue things in a certain way. I know certain songs have to come in on a certain beat, so you got to do it different ways. So that translation, I understand exactly what you're saying. And I'm sure Mwanje can get that too. Just you Mwanje got some cold edits that he's made. He like FL Studios stuff with it. I can't do all that, but like Mwanje got some cool stuff out there. But yeah, man, I appreciate those nerd out moments.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they all go. But to go back to your point, because I started in band in my freshman school, and I tell the story all the time. They started me off in trumpet, loved it. I would have stayed in there until they decided the next year to put me in on the cornet. And I was like, yeah, no, I ain't gonna do that, bro. And then they tried to get me to and then the marching part. So I was looking at the thing. They was like, you got to be here. And I said, I can. Where is here? Because I need to be. I'm not spiritually inclined. You gotta tell me where I need to be. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to piano and shout out to Mr. Great guy, whatever. But he wouldn't let me leave. He was one of those at you music directors, whatever teachers, and he was like, what the F you mean you about to go to play the piano? Nobody want to play the piano. He started to say piano for the P's, for the P word. But I was like, so I was like, my mom had to come up there and like, nah, he want to play the piano. He want to play the piano and play piano. And then I ended up playing the piano sophomore to junior year. Shout out to Miss Alice Walker, because she let me skip lunch, go in there, and I was going through those books fast. But to your point, man, that foundation. I don't think the kids got the foundation no more, and they just out here trying to make music like I don't know what now. You got to, so that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So, now you said something, Savage. I don't want to breeze over. Now you at Pastor Mike Senior's church. So a lot of people know Pastor Mike Jr. With the gospel scene. His father is a pastor as well. So you're at his church, and you didn't just say, "Yeah, I play the bass at Pastor Mike's church." No, you said, "I'm the MD, that's music director." And that mean you running the thing over there. You coordinate everything, and we've seen a rise in music directors like in the church on social media here lately. I never realized all that was going on. It makes sense, like in hindsight, but like I never realized there was it was that coordinated. From music standpoint. Talk about that experience being a music director at a church. So you're the musician and the music director. So you gotta play your part, know what's going on, but you also gotta like orchestrate all that. Talk about that experience.
It was a challenge for me. And really we had I don't want to add this, but we had like just a situations where like we was in need of a keyboard player, and usually the keyboard players are the ones who run stuff.
Right.
But we was having issues with finding one. So for a long time, they really just need somebody to step in. And so I really just took the initiative, like, man, because I seen now we got a guy over us, and he's running sound, doing it. I'm like, bro, just do what you got to do. I got it. But they had never seen this side of me before. You know what I'm saying? So and I did it at my old church, which was Dr. Bernard Williams Church, Doc or whatever. So I was doing it at his church or whatever. But when I got to Pastor Mike Senior Church, it was different because this was a low key of production, and everything needed to be disciplined and on point, on cue, all that. So it can be a headache, but at the same time, all you got to do is listen to the spirit. You have to listen to the spirit. You got to be
Good.
tuned in with God, because certain moments require certain things, and you're not going to just get it just by thinking. Oh, let's, because really it's not a think thing; it's a feel thing. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, I don't know if I know about the scales when it comes to music or whatever. Music, you have scales.
Yep.
Like, you know, you got the fa, sol, la, all that. So all of those are numbers. So those really are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
And and really what we're doing, we're calling them. I'll be like, go to the 1, go to the 3, 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? That's really what we're doing. We're directing. Also, I'm also running tracks. The tracks purposes are really to keep tempo. That's why if you hear a lot of songs come in, you'll probably hear like some, because you're like, dum, 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 that's during the whole song. So I have a plethora. And the crazy part is people use like Ableton and stuff like that to run tracks. I use my DJ book. I use my DJ stuff, man. Like it'd have been a time where I'd have had to stop the track and I'd have accidentally hit my sample. It'd have been like, think it's a game. But and then everybody be looking, but it's so funny because everybody in the church know that I'm a DJ. Like I'm DJ Savage, but at the church they call me DJ Salvation. You know, So you know, it's different, you know. But because I just been doing music, I've been in church all my life, and ever since I started playing at a church, I never was not playing at the church.
Yeah.
Since then, only little break I had was during COVID, and that's because that was my time to transition from Dr. Bernard's William Church to the church that I'm at now. And I didn't know it was gonna go that fast, whatever, but it did, you know. I ended up just manifesting that, like put on my Facebook one day, man, what I would give to play with a song structured band, blase. The next 2 weeks in there, and been there ever since right now. So yeah, man, it's a job or whatever. And you just, like I said, you got to be connected with God to get the right feels, and you got to be paying attention to, you know, to the Lord, the minister of music. I was just a female, so wherever she want to go, we got to listen to her. She want to change songs, I got to stop, find other tracks, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's pretty good, man.
Dope,
I'm
man.
glad you said that. It's super dope because one of the things that stood out to me, you said you got to listen to the spirit. So I'm over the media of my church, and I have pretty much, I guess you say, kids kind of helping me out. I'm trying to mentor them and try to get, because if not, I'll just be doing it by myself, and that's hard, trying to control sound and video at the same time, even though it's in the same space. But one of the things that you mentioned, though, listen to the spirit. So like that's what I'm trying to get them to understand. It's like after a while, you're gonna start getting you, and I can kind of see the young man that's over the camera, because now he's starting to understand the cuts. Like when the spirit is high, he know when to go, and I kind of don't have to tell him anything anymore. Now he kind of get it because I have to fly my drone to get extra footage come in. But they'd be like, "How do you know when pastor's about to get ready?" Because over 10 years now, I know when it's about to get high. But you, like you said, you just listen to the spirit. It'll tell you like, this moment is about to happen. I think you should go after this moment and capture it. So I'm glad you said that, because it is, even though you're not up there preaching, you're in the background, there's still there's a flow that has to happen. And if you're not in tune with the spirit, you're gonna miss that. But I was gonna ask you though, do some days does it feel like it's just a job? Like you coming in and doing a job sometimes?
No, but not give and take. I'm a DJ. So sometimes, especially when I was working at the strip, man. Look, when I work at the strip club, I'm leaving the club at like 5 o'clock. Our call time is 8 o'clock. We got to be there 2 hours early before the service starts. So I have to be there. Ain't no nap time in between.
No nap.
I usually be tired. I'm just tired all the time. But as far as it feeling like a job, man, I love what I do. I mean, I think if you love what you do, even though you're getting paid for it, and you have things that you have to do to meet the job qualification, it's not a job. It's more like it's a ministry. You know, it's a ministry, and I've never came to that point where like, because I'd have had a job before. And I'd be like, let me go ahead on clock in real quick, and But I don't feel like that with music at all. If anything, even though I'm tired, I'm excited to go play, and that's because also on top of me getting paid, I'm being blessed to be paid, but also I know that I'm making this time for God. Like this is something God is going to honor me for, because like I may be a little late sometimes, and not all the time. Like half the time more than half the time I'm on time, but the only thing that's like probably a takeaway is that sometimes I'm just a few minutes late. Like other than that, man, it's time to play. I gotta give God his, because He been giving me his all week. You know what I'm saying? All the time. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to do that. I love playing at the church, man. Like I can't, even if I was to get, because I rap and stuff too, man. So even if I was to become this big old mega star, on Sundays I'm trying to be at church.
Yeah,
Like that's the example I want to set. You know what I'm saying?
they
So
told him. Yeah, they told him. That's right.
see, on God, he
Yep.
he definitely is. That's a church boy, my mom.
For sure, man. I'm glad you said that it's a ministry, and most of our conversations this season have kind of landed on ministry some way somehow. But because I think DJing is a ministry too, even if you're not doing necessarily in a church setting. Just the art of curating music and energy and vibes in a way that lifts people's moods. We had TJ on. I think that was episode 3 this season. He went by the Soul Lifter. Like we just talked about how with music and everything, you're
You had TJ on?
Yeah. We had TJ on here. He was our last episode of the year, man. Yeah, matter of fact, the last episode we recorded,
that was
I got a message right. We had about 5 minutes left that he had passed. He actually hadn't passed yet. He was still on life support at that time, but he passed like 2 days later. But that last episode we just put out with Desmond, you wouldn't know it watching it, but that was a difficult episode to get through, just because I knew what was going on that week all along before everybody found out, and it was a heavy week. So yeah, man, we had just dropped that episode like a week before he went into the hospital. So yeah, so we had TJ on. And RP to TJ, man. Shout out to him. That's my brother, man. Gonna miss you. So yeah, man. We had him on. We talking about just how with music and making these vibes. It's an energy thing, and you really, even if you at a party, somebody coming in that had a long day, a long week, you can play that one song. It just changes their night. You put a smile on somebody's face. Maybe somebody wasn't feeling their greatest, and you come in there, you do your thing with your set. And now they got that energy to keep going. So it's really a ministry. We talk about this music thing. So I'm glad you talk about being a music director and being in tune with the spirit and everything. So how is your your music director experience, your background as a musician, all that? How's that translated into your style as a DJ?
Like I said before, it's a feel. It's definitely a feel. Reading the room. Reading the room comes with, like, it helps me out DJing. It also helps me out being an MD. And just like, I'll tell you this. Sometimes, like, they don't do it anymore now, but at my church, they would start the service off, like before they do the countdown for the live, whatever. They would start the service off in church. They would have music playing, and I be, you hear, some little Marvin Sapp maybe, or just some, just regular church music. Well, one time we went over with our single check, and the people up in the back, they kind of had when they got something to eat or something like that. So I ended up playing music, but I ended up playing stuff like, "Wonderful Is Your Name," playing stuff like that, just old school bounce stuff. And man, when I tell you, my whole look, had to be like maybe a 20-minute mix, man. That whole mix was only like 5 songs, changed the whole atmosphere for the service.
Yeah.
Like, we were supposed to do something. We were supposed to start the service off another way, but because energy was so high, we went a whole nother direction. So all of it ties in. And like I said, man, you just gotta, and even though I was up there having fun, I didn't realize people was into it until I heard I saw everybody was like, they was like, man, I haven't heard this in ages. But I had that mama that nailed a lot of music, because even look, bro, I had just made a little reel about my mama and her CD books, bro. Like, she had a whole bunch of CD books that was full of gospel. When we was on the way to the picnic, gospel. Even when I got in trouble, we was on the way to get me a whooping. It was gospel on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's all of it ties in together, man. Especially when I'm DJing. When I'm DJing, I always believe in, I play the, we gonna get to the hype ones. But while people walking in, getting their drinks and stuff, man, it's the vibes, man. And that's why I love that I was born in 1991. I got to experience a lot of good music. And on top of me, experiencing the music, I had 3 sisters. So my favorite, like me growing up, I liked it. If it was up to me while we cleaning up, while my dad and them and mom and them at work, I would listen to Ludacris, 50 Cent, Nelly, T.I. But nah, my sister and them had been listening to Case, Aaliyah, Mary J, a lot of Mary J. Oh my God, so much Mary J, man. I can't put emphasis on it enough. Like a lot of 112,
That's good.
Rough Ends, Jagged Edge. Just I can go all day about the stuff that they nailed in my head. And that era was the vibes. So this is why I include in all of my sets. Even I don't know if you saw today, not today, but last year during homecoming, you probably was already gone. But doing that, like the officer came in and said, "Hey, we got, you give me one more song and we gone." So in my head, what can I play? Cause we lit right now. Everybody lit. What can I play to be like, okay, it's time to go. But please get on safety type stuff. So first thing in my head is like goodbye. First thing in his head is goodbye. Now, when I thought about it, I instantly thought about what is it? Was it Boyz II Men? Something about goodbye.
It's so hard to say goodbye.
It's so hard to say goodbye, but because I saw Millennials, it's another goodbye. Chris Brown. Never a right time to say good, man. Listen, let me tell you something, man. That one they didn't even want to leave. They didn't want to leave that one song. You got to pick the right song for the right moments, whatever. But you just got to be aware. A lot of DJs and stuff like that, they're not aware. They're not aware about what's going on. Even if they are aware, they don't have the music knowledge to pick. Oh, come on, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play that. It's you just have to be aware as a DJ. You have to be in tune. And then like I said, like you said, it really is a ministry. It's a ministry, like, because you can, like, that could be somebody's favorite song that they ain't heard, but they can heard it when they came to homecoming, and now they can listen to it for the next 15 years. That's your job. That's your job, and that's gonna make it create moments for you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have your moment with special someone that just come through. I love the way you played this song for me, and now y'all just friends forever. She coming to everything you're doing. Like, that's how it works. It's moments. You know what I'm saying? So
it's building connections with people. That's what Share the Vibes is all about. It's connecting people through music and technology. So, man, that's what we do. It's a sacred art form, man. Man, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I had to miss the tailgate this past year because I had to come back here for a wedding that Saturday to do. So I came in, did the top 50, and then I flew back out Friday to get back here to do a wedding that Saturday. That was a crazy week for me too. I was all over the place that week. Nonetheless, so how did you get into DJing? What prompted that?
TTU.
TTU.
When I remember meeting you during that 11th grade year, but it was like it had to be like the second semester. It had to be the second semester, the spring semester that I did meet you. And that's because I brought TTU down there. So I came to Miles my 10th grade year, and I wasn't into DJing at all. I was actually in the band, I had scholarship or whatever. But me, when I got to Miles, that band wasn't it. But the band I was in, that wasn't it. Like, I always dreamed about going to Southern, Jackson State, somewhere like that. But because Miles was just throwing money out, this is where I went. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, everything is divine. Everything is divine. So that's why I was supposed to go. But I left Miles after 2010, because I was like, I didn't like that. Like, band took away my whole expression experience, and I was just like, man, I'm gone. I went back to Mobile, man, and I had went to Bishop State Community College. Now, TTU, he plays drums, so we linked together playing at the same church before I had graduated from high school. That's how we knew each other. That's how we got close. But while we was at Bishop State, he was doing he was DJing the basketball games, and that's pretty easy to do. Pick a song while timeouts, you know what I'm saying? Pretty easy to do. So because he was doing a good job at that and getting on the mic doing what he do, you know, they was like, hey, we need to get you for these house parties, for these clubs, whatever. So he started doing that. One of the artists in was named L Boogie. He took him under his wing, and I'm everywhere with them, and they throwing parties and stuff. And I got to the point where TTU, you know, like you said, he be on 10 all the time.
Yep.
He can't multitask. So he was trying to he would like play a song. The song, he know what song gonna play, maybe he'll play a song and run down to the crowd and hype him up, but now he running back, trying to get the song ready. The song went off and he started trying to you know, after a while, I said, you're killing yourself. I said, just tell me what to play. I'll play it for you. You know, okay, cool. So he'll play something. He went out there and then he'll come back, hey, play this, play that. The night it go well. After like 10 times, I'm like, bro, I know I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. And we playing our Windows Media Player. This is my virtual DJ. This is Windows Media Player.
What a pack. What that pack.
So we played off of that. And when we got to college, like me doing all that, it expanded in Mobile a little bit, but Mobile was just a small Hayden city, you know what I'm saying? And it was just too big. It was too small for us. And then while we was doing that, we was also getting in trouble with the law, man. And I mean, TT got locked up for like 2 weeks, and I was getting into it with my dad real bad, man. Because once you go out to college and you got no rules, and you come back with rules, it's just like, nah, hell nah, man.
Oh,
man.
I would struggle.
Man, I'm getting into it with my mom, my daddy. I'm looking at my daddy sideways. I'm like, man, if you don't get out of my face, like I ain't trying to do this, but it was his house. I had to respect it. Eventually I conformed, but as the summertime came, we ended up going to the church that we was playing at, we ended up going to Disneyland with them. First time going. Man, we went up there, man, we just had so much fun. We was talking, and I told him, man, I said, hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell my mama, I want to go back to Miles College, bro, because this and this. And I'm looking at him, I said, bro, you my dog. And like we done made so much money together. I'm like, you my dog, bro. You need to come. Man, I don't know what you gonna do. But I'm gone. So I need you to, what you gonna do? He was listening to club, but my mom convinced him. And my mama, the same day I said that to him, when we got back from Disneyland, my mom said, hey, she's like, hey, I wanted to talk to you about something. How you feel about going back to school? I look back, I say, hey, what you trying to do, man? It was just like that. So we got up to Miles, and we didn't have no equipment, no speakers, no nothing. So he go out there and he promoting the party already. Like on campus, we finna do this at the Yellow. We do the Yellow. So what happened was we got kicked out. We got kicked off of out the Merc because this fool in there smoking with Waterbud. I don't even remember Waterbud, but he was in there smoking with Waterbud or whatever. But Waterbud left, but we ain't putting no towels down. We ain't covered up nothing. It's just smoke all in there. The police at our T came to our jump, man, and we got in trouble. And because it was just a little bit, they let us, y'all still go to school, but y'all kicked out of the dorms. Cool. So we started standing people in yellows. And that's how the house party started. Just like that. So he promoting, I'm like, bro, all these people finna come, everybody talking about this house party. We ain't got no speakers, bro. Like, what you trying to, like, we broke, dog, what's up? And at that point, he's like, you know what, bro, you're right. So we had to sit down and brainstorm. So I'm like, man, what do we got? I played bass guitar. So I had an amp.
Okay.
Right. So this is around about the time where the adapters was just coming out. This was the adapters you put the aux cord in, but they go to a 1/4 inch. Man, let me tell you something. Put that board in the laptop and put that thing in the amp. I done said it right. I got the bass down, I got the treble up. We was coach. That's what we was doing. Even our first little events on campus, we had a bass speaker and a laptop. I still have a picture on my Instagram right now. Well, Rick Jeezy, Nick B, Tria, all of us, and TTU, we taking a picture, and you see the laptop and you see the bass speaker. So that's like crazy. that's how but that's humble beginnings. Because right now, well, you can't see it right now, but right now I got this. I got the whole block. You know how I'm so that's where the DJing started. Now, when I had to switch from Windows Media Player to I had learned about virtual DJ. Now at this time, I was doing the same thing I was doing on Media Player, but the virtual DJ allowed me to learn how to mix. So when I started mixing and I started mastering that on the laptop, we started going to a whole nother level. That's when that, I don't know if you remember that big old party. It's like the biggest party at North Campus ever. The biggest one ever. Like it was right after we had a Tuesday game that was televised. Usually our games be on Saturdays, but it was Tuesday. It was nothing but that. The biggest North Campus party ever. Man, that was like some of my best mixing ever. You know what I'm saying? And it went from that, and shortly after that, my dad passed away. So we got my mom had got all of the insurance money, all that. She bought me a car, and she invested in me. Bought me a speaker, and she bought me my first real DJ board. Wow. From that moment, that's when I really started being a savage with this stuff. From that point on, that was when all this stuff happened, bro. And ever since then, it was just really on me to take off. That one investment from my mom, and she really ain't even like me DJ or whatever. She asked me what I wanted. She was like, "You don't want no, extra TV game." I said, "Man, hey, I need a DJ board."
Yeah.
So, and that's how it was, man. And ever since then, it was DJ Savage Way, man. For real.
Man, so Mwanje, let me give you some context here. So a lot of Miles College talking mixed up in there. So we had two campus affiliated off campus housing situations, if you will. One was the Yellows. It was these little like townhouses almost. There's some little yellow houses about 2 miles from campus, we'll call it. Then you had North Campus, which was these like brick apartments that used to be like temporary housing for hospital patients, because used to be a hospital out there that they demoed right before I got to Miles. So those like your two off-campus living options if you wanted to be living somewhere like close to campus or associated with the school. There was other stuff available like downtown Birmingham, everything, but with the school, those were the two options. So yeah, so Savage, TTU, they'll be doing the house parties over in the Yellows or at North Campus. So that big one he was just talking about, I think I was living in North Campus then, because if it's the night I'm thinking about, I actually didn't participate in the party at all. I came in from somewhere. I was tired. Me and Draco was asleep. Lede, I think he was asleep too. I don't know, but I know I was asleep. So I ain't even I knew something was going on because all the cars was out there. Like I couldn't park in my usual spot. But I went upstairs and went to sleep. Next morning, I don't remember exactly what happened that night. But I just remember that next day, Checkwa pulled everybody who lived in North Campus into the boardroom in the library. And like they was threatening to kick us all out of North Campus. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And thank God, because Drake wasn't supposed to be in that room with me. But we had an 8 o'clock class. So I was gone by the time they came looking for stuff. So I ain't even know nothing. So man, we getting that board. That was crazy. So I think that's the night you're talking about.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. them locals rolled by and was like, "What's this?" That's what happened. That's what I ain't gonna say too much, but that's what happened, bro. Like if it weren't for them, bro, we would have been planning another one, But that was really like our last part. We was like, you know what, we got to get from the streets and get to the buildings.
Yep.
For real, that's how it was.
Yep, I was thinking something like that happened. Yep, that's exactly what it was. So now, what you triggered when you talk virtual DJ? So I'm gonna tell you when I first used virtual DJ. Have you used virtual DJ, Mwanje?
That sound familiar, but yeah, explain to me though.
It was pretty big, like early 2010s, around the time we were in school. I'm sure Serato was out. I don't know, but virtual DJ was definitely very popular around this time. So I got introduced to virtual DJ. I was not thinking about DJing, didn't even realize what I was doing. But I was working with IT department on campus with Walter, and it was either a fashion show or a pageant. And I think it was the Kappa's pageant, I want to say. But it's Pearson Hall. So I used to be back working AV at all the Pearson events with Walter. And we had virtual DJ on there. And we had to one of the songs they used in that show was Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Luther Vandross, because it was a Christmas show. So that saxophone part at the end, like right before, I guess it's essentially a bridge. It's like an instrumental bridge almost, but it's like a saxophone part right at the end of it. And I had to loop it. And in order for the song to work, I had to get this loop in there. So I remember it's coming up. I was like, I got it. And Walter's like, man, you ain't gonna get it. You can't do that. and I got that loop. It was like a 32 bar loop. I got it on there.
Yeah.
It was perfect. Nobody knew what was going on. We back there in the booth going crazy. I don't know what's going on outside. But that was my introduction to virtual DJ, working at AV in Pearson Hall doing events.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it at the time. But that's yeah, man. Full circle moments, man. We learned a lot in Miles. We really did. We really did.
That
Too
program
much.
sounds familiar. That it does sound familiar.
If you see it,
And
it'll probably ring a bell.
Yeah, and now I'm looking at the logo because I believe, was it available for like the MacBook?
Developed for everything. I had the oldest HP ever.
So I imagine it was available on MacBook too. We were on, it was HP.
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, because I was looking for a way to make a playlist, and I think that was the only way I could do it at the time. But I don't remember if Apple Music was out yet, but maybe it was just the iPod type thing. But yeah, I'm looking at the logo now. It looks very familiar, very familiar.
And that was the move back then. Around,
I think was that my because me when did Negroes in Paris come out? Was that around?
Paris was, I think that was 2011. I mean 2012. It was 2011 or 2012. Because I was in Paris in 2012 that summer, and I remember listening to it in Paris. That was a flex right there. You couldn't tell me that.
If that was it, yeah, as they said 2011. Okay, so I think that was it because 2011. So I was still 2009. So I was still at MSOE or maybe either way it go. I think this was the program when that song came out. My guy, we was messing around with it, and and we looped the fish fillet part. What she order? Fish fillet. What she order? Fish fillet.
Yeah, you would have had been using virtual DJ or something.
Yeah. So that had to be the program. I just don't remember it outright, but I do remember we did use a DJ program to loop that part. And every time I see my guy be like fish fillet. So I'm really believing that was the program, but man, that's tight though, because I think what the beauty is, you mentioned 1991. I was born in 91 too, and I believe we were born in the perfect era because we still were outside. We still had fun outside. The music that you mentioned, like when you sent all those music with your sisters, Mary J. Blige, SWV. I'm just thinking about all the songs that I heard listening to Next, all those songs. But then we were introduced to technology as well. Like we were introduced to obviously the internet, but you talked about Windows Media Player. I remember that like it was crazy, like it's nothing. And we just kind of we had to learn it on our own because I remember getting through FL Studios in high school and the crack version and figuring out BearShare and LimeWire and all that stuff. And then I was the guy to go to where I was actually looking. I got some books. I still keep my little song books from like middle school, high school. And in the books, I had like playlists written out that people wanted to put on there. So it was like Kanye West and Keisha Cole and all that stuff. And I still have the CDs too. Some of them might be broke though. But like the different mixes that people wanted because I figured out how to get. And I apologize to my grandmother to this day because I got all the viruses on our computer. But how to get the music from BearShare to the CDs and just making these mixes and coming back to school the next day. Like I made it. I figured it out and then make my own copy of it. So it was just a really great time. And I even used it to bootleg my first movie, which was ATL. They had the whole thing of ATL on the computer. I'm like, how is this even possible? And I figured out how to pull it down, man. So we grew up in a great time. The 90s was a great time. It was a really great time. And the kids now trying to bring back the late 90s and the 2000s now.
You just had to be there.
You had to be there. You had to be there with the style and the music. I had one kid playing what she was playing. She was playing something. I'm like, you jamming. I'm like, what you know about this song? She's like, yeah, I know this is old school. I said, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
But it is technically like the early 2000s, mid 2010s. Like it's old school. That's old school to them. So,
Nah,
but
Yeah.
facts.
music.
Because I think 05, which was 21 years ago now, I think that was like College Dropout and I want
Yeah,
to say
that was
Confessions,
good music.
Unpredictable. Like
Boy,
all that
that's
stuff is
good
like
music.
20 years old now.
but that's Ludacris,
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
When 50 Cent came on the doggone
Good.
Get Rich or Die Trying, what in the
Good.
club, man.
Yeah. I mean, to
Man.
make it even crazier, what so 2016 is the new 2026. I was constantly thinking about something. I think the Culture album by Migos was 2017, which is 9 years ago. But you look at 2016, I'm trying to think. I think Coloring Book 10 years ago.
Mhm.
By Chance.
2016, that reminds me of the era of the this girl ain't loyal and the 679 whip by Fetty Wap.
Yeah, Fetty Wap.
All that, man, Jeremiah and them, and that's that era.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that era. Never.
What's the name come out? Young Thug. Did he come out with Stoner? I'm a Stoner.
Yeah, yes,
Stoner.
yes,
Okay.
yes. I was playing Stoner at that house party, boy.
Views was 2016. Views is 10 years ago.
Ooh.
Wow.
I should be downtown whipping on the way. Man, that goes so hard.
The Anti album with Rihanna, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That Ray Shremmer album with Black Beatles and all that. Mannequin Challenge, 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
So Miles doing that joint so much.
Oh, goodness.
Man, Panda, 10 years ago.
Panda.
My God, that is crazy.
So every 10 years is every 10 years, huh? Maybe
time is not real. So nonetheless, so you mean that stuff we just talking about was 10 years ago. So I mean, it just puts stuff in perspective, man. Good God, that's wild. Whoa. Wow, I don't forget what we was talking about now. Y'all for that one. That's crazy.
Y'all reminiscing about Miles. Reminiscing about Miles having a good time.
Man, that's wild, man.
Yellows.
gotta give me one J down to Fairfield.
I definitely gotta check it out. I definitely want to check it out, man. We could do a whole little documentary, dog. That'd be
Gotta
cool.
give me one J down there. Gotta give me one J down there.
Yeah, bring them to homecoming only.
Right.
Mess around and get married, man. Y'all better stop.
Man, so all right, so we got into how you got into DJing. Now we talk about humble beginnings. So and by the math, we talking about a 15-year span right now. So 15 years ago, laptop, aux cord with an amp. That's how we started DJing. Now we look, so let's take it 14 years later, 2025. I don't know, forget all the timelines, but I know I've seen you with Key Glock in an arena. I've seen you in a stadium with Breezy Bowl, Chris Brown. And man, talk about that. That's a 15-year journey to say the least, man. Talk about these experiences opening up for these, A-level acts, man. What's that like? How'd you get there?
Really relationships and resources. The Key Glock happened because I don't know if you remember the club here. I think he's probably already gone, but it's a club here that used to jump all the time called Euphoria.
I heard it.
Euphoria used to go nuts. Like I know for like 2.5 years straight, everybody know, like the other clubs weren't even jumping. Everybody was coming to us type stuff. And we had a night, which was like the last night of the club that really jumped. Where we had an artist perform, and then we had Key Glock coming to perform. It ended up getting shot up. So before all the shooting happened, when I seen Key Glock then pulled up, I just, whenever I see people, especially if I'm a DJ, I feel like I got that right to go over there and go network with them.
Right.
So this was me breaking my network on being timid to go talk to somebody, and I ended up connecting with Key Glock and his DJ. Key Glock supposed to his hand, but his DJ came and actually hollered at me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, get your Instagram. Got my Instagram. I was like, blase this and the third. So when the shooting happened, they took off. They went ahead and took off, and I hadn't really heard from them. But a year later was maybe like 2.5 years later, that's when the Key Glock show happened. And he called me. From what they do, they go to whatever state they in. They call certain DJs and be like, "Hey, call, we'll give you an hour to open up, for us, whatever." So he was sitting right next to Key Glock, and they was like, "Yeah, the dude from the club." He's like, "They was pretty good." He's like, "Hey, call them on the phone." So I'm on the phone with them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you an hour to do this, whatever." And they discussed everything, and that's how that came about. So I brought TT along with me. We ended up rocking the hell out of that to the point they came back before the performance. Like, man, this is the most lit city we did. Before we about to perform, everybody else to be looking at us. He's like, y'all lit right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's because of what we do. You know, Miles Collins got us ready for that. When it came to the in between the Chris Brown was the Sexy Red tour.
There we go.
The Sexy Red tour happened. And this happened because right after the Gucci Jeezy battle, you know, right after that, they went on tour. So when they went on tour, they had Trina with them. I think they had a couple more artists, older artists with them. But their DJ was DJ Fresh. DJ Fresh ended up after they did a show that night, they ended up coming to the club, which is now Aria. I forget what it was called back then, but it's Aria now. But he ended up coming to the after party. Trina came. He came with Trina. He had his own section in front of the DJ booth. He came up, got my Instagram, and when he got my Instagram, whatever, he was like, y'all finna be right here, bro. He said, I'm finna be listening to you. Boom. So it got to a point in the club where it got real lit, and I'm just doing my thing. But I can see him, like he's like, nigga, you know, like dang, bro, you know what I'm saying? But to the point where he came and got my number, he killed me just for being a good DJ type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how that relationship started. So when he came down for the he was the when he came down for the Sexy Red tour, he called me, hey, I need like this is big, you know, it's a big, like the stage big, and I want to be able to direct you. I want you to come help me DJ. I'm gonna tell you what to play. I'm gonna give you cues. You just look for my signals, and I'm gonna be controlling the crowd type stuff. Okay, boom. It got to a point where that show had like the stuff that we was doing. It got so good. It got so good to the point where he was like, "I really do this DJ stuff. Oh, y'all think I can DJ?" And at one point we swapped spots. He was DJing. And I was like,
nice.
They gave me a moment. I went up there, and other people was doing like that's what I gave my Instagram. Like, and man, that relationship right there opened the door for the Chris Brown. So when the crew he came, he was the official DJ for the Chris Brown. So when he came for the Chris Brown, now this time I was just like, you know, maybe it's somebody else's turn. That's how I'm always thinking. Maybe somebody else's turn. He'll call me if he need me. I'm not gonna just be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I'm here playing the game. I got
playing the game.
I'm playing the game, bro. And he on his right. He said, hey, nigga, stop up. Let's get it. I was down there within 10 minutes, bro. And he got me through the back game pass. The principle. That's not that. But like I said, the relationships is what gets you in the door. You can be good as a DJ all you want to, but your relationships to certain people is what's gonna walk you in the door. Which also walked me in the door with TIG. Thanks to the game, you know, Lucci, Rich Homie Quan. I've been a part of them since like 2018. And even in between time before the Sexy Red and the Chris Brown, I've been on tour with Fredo Bang. I was on tour with Lil Bam. I was on tour with Sukiyama. All this stuff happened leading up to the Sexy Red and the Chris Brown, and then all three of those I just named, they was in the same year. So like, and it's because of who I know. You know, Eli, my manager, on Dummy Entertainment. Eli, that's my manager. Whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really how that stuff happened for me, bro. Just, you know, being humble, not thinking too much of myself, man, and just doing what I do and loving what I do to the point where other people love it. You know what I'm saying? To this day, DJ Fred, he swear he don't remember me actually DJ. He's like, bro, I haven't heard you DJ before. I said, bro, how you think we got cool, bro? I be having to remind him, like, we got cool. I'm like, bro, I still got the text message when you didn't text me like, bro, you killing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got that to this day, you know what I'm saying? But that's like I said, the relationships and loving what you do is going to open up, and keeping God first, of course, is what's going to open up the way for you to do the things that I've done. And at the time that I started doing, I think I was deserving of it. I'm like, dang, like, y'all skipped all over the citywide DJs that's been here for a long time, but sometimes they're not, what your blessings are not theirs. And you got to know how to walk around knowing that you got the blessing and still not be an asshole.
Come on now. Come on, you talking now. You preaching better than they saying amen. Now, hold on.
That's how it is, man. You gotta be humble, you know. So,
your gift will make room for you, man. You
DJ Salvation, we hear you.
Come on, DJ Salvation in the building.
We hear you.
Oh man, that's great. DJ Salvation. Man,
Right,
as you were talking, man, cause I've been privileged to see a good bit of this journey. Basically from the beginning, as far as when you started. I was in Milwaukee like this. I ain't see all of it, but I saw those first 4 or 5 years or so. And every year I'm back at homecoming, it's always love. But I there's a picture. My first official gig was the rooftop party at homecoming 2021. That was my first official gig, and I almost said no to it when James called me because I hadn't really done it before. But I talked to a few DJs up in Milwaukee. And, no, you got to do it. So I did it, and it worked out. But man, like a year later, me and Mwanje was there too with the VR metaverse setup. But there was an international business conference in Milwaukee at the Milwaukee Bucks Arena, and got connected with the people who were leading that after I did my first festival, and they asked me to DJ the conference that year. So like a year in, I DJ'd in the Bucks Arena, and I got a picture there. I posted, you may have seen it, where I'm on stage, and you just see my name, my pictures up on the Jumbotron. And just one day, probably Holy Spirit, but something kind of hit me, and it was like, no, don't squander an arena anointing on a backyard vision. So I want to say to you, just because I seen the journey from being, forget the French Center, from being at the Sub. One you know what I'm talking about, but if you know, man. I've seen you at the Yellows and North Campus and at the Sub. Out here, feeling how you feeling about who rocking with you, who ain't, and going through all the ups and downs. And I remember what y'all charged me to DJ my wedding. And I was like, they sure? They sure? So, and then to hear how you talking now, like I know even the change just in that time frame. So, man, I just want to say to you, kudos to you for staying consistent on the journey and trusting the process and staying grounded in your faith and everything, because that allowed your gift to make room for you. So, you have an arena anointing on you, and you're operating in that anointing. So, man, I'm proud of you. For sure, and I can't wait to see what things go for you, man. Man, keep doing your thing. You inspire me. Yeah, man. I appreciate you, brother.
What's up,
man? Before you even respond, I was just thinking about like how you talked about your beginning journey, like how you were, correct me if I'm wrong. His name TTU. How he was, going back and forth, and you was like, bro, I got this, and then now you on stage and that happening again where I'm gonna give you the signal. I'm gonna give you the signal to play the song. And it's like, like when you said that, I was like, you were prepared to do that because you did that earlier.
Come on.
So like, man, everything really works for your good. Like I just keep saying that. Like, I had to teach Sunday school this past Sunday, and I was just saying like how everything led up to me even being right here teaching y'all, like from what churches I went through and what churches that got dissolved and how I got here. And then if I didn't go here, then I wouldn't be there and I wouldn't be doing this and I wouldn't be doing that. And so like everything works for your good. So that I'm glad we got to that beginning part, because when you said that mini moment right there, I was like, you were doing that before. You did that before. And then the role reverse where it's like, okay, now you rock the stage. So like, that's super duper dope, man. That is super duper dope.
And I never looked at it like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, for real. I thought about that immediately when you said that. I'm like, dang, you did that before. You and I was like, oh, that's slick. That's tight. Like that's tight. That prepares you. So
I'm glad you caught that one. I ain't even connected. Hey man, season 4 been real oily, man. I'm just saying.
Season 4 has definitely been oily, man.
Season 4 been oily, boy.
Good stuff, man. It's just been good, man. And plus our church is reading the Bible in 52 weeks. So it's like I'm going back and reading these stories that I've read, over again, and I'm getting new stuff from it. And it's just like, man, it's all connected. So yeah, no, it's good stuff, man. Like I had a question, now I forgot what it was. Because that was so good, man. It was so good.
It was. If you can't think of your question, then I got somewhere I want us to go, and we're gonna wrap up relatively soon. So all right, we talked about you being a DJ, talked about you being a musician. What we have not talked about you is as an artist. So
Yeah.
and I didn't realize you actually put out a project last year. I was coming here to find like a song. I said, wait, it's a whole project. So I sent it to my one before you got on here. So
Yeah.
man, you got bars too. So man, what's been your experience as an artist?
Well, I've been rapping since like my senior year. And we of course we just in the studio just playing around. But after a while, we was like, we probably can make something. And I ended up running to a couple of guys, hey Miles, who had the studio. So he had like we recorded in Newman. Like he had the locker open, mic hanging down, and we was in that mode getting to it, and I had made a little project then, but it was just like it was like a little BS project. I called it then. But once I started like playing my stuff, and they was like, bro, this song hard. Like certain songs, like, bro, this hard. This, that, and third. I was getting that from my first project, ever. And they was just like, man, this stuff is real hard, bro. Like you need to, and once I started like, people like this, because I didn't like the way I didn't like the way I sound. You know what I'm saying? Country dudes, I can't really talk or I wasn't able to articulate, and things that I needed to articulate. Until I got older. But now my thing was because I was rapping about, just falling in line with whatever was hot. But when I made this last project, I had to pick something that's true to the heart. That whole project it's called Turntables. The whole project is about I'm rapping about being a DJ. Like even if I was to get on a feature or something, I'm gonna relate my verse to being a DJ. And that's how I feel like I need to come, because even though like I am gang affiliated, I'm a GD, all that stuff. I'm not no five, and I'm not finna be checking people and doing that. That's not me. I'm not finna rap about, if you mess with me, it's two to your head. Or no, that ain't me. Because first off, I love God, and I ain't you shouldn't kill anybody. You shouldn't even be angry at anybody. And my journey has turned my whole mental around about even getting mad at certain things. I don't allow things to bother me, you know. So when I made this project, it definitely just I had to think about, man, what could possibly go hard that I could, put out, but so people can understand me from my perspective. And what it was, when I first got with TIG, I was with this artist named Postle. And man, me and TG, remember Postle? You feel me? So me and TG, we did so much for this man. I'm talking about we did the extra mile. We didn't took off from our jobs that we was working, and we on tour with him from a week, getting in trouble with our jobs and stuff. All up and down in Alabama, putting up posters, going to these little events, make sure we his DJ, his hype man, and we posted them on our social media while he in Mobile. We planned this stuff up here in Birmingham we even booked him a show up here in Birmingham to the point where people was putting the song, they was putting a face with the song. Like, so, this who this is. Like, I hear this stuff all the time, but you hearing it because, you act like it's popping and I got control of that. So we ended up having a little falling out. And as me, we took care of whatever. But during the falling out, it was so unfair to me and my brother, because he was like, bro, y'all ain't TIG no more, y'all ain't this, that, whatever. And I'm like, bro, what you on? Like, we ain't even did nothing type stuff, you know what I'm saying? So then after a while, I was trying to reach out to him, like, as a man, just trying to reach out to him, but he had me blocked on social media, blocked on the phone, I couldn't get in contact. I said, okay, bet. Let me make this song real quick. My hit song was about that nigga. So it took me to get angry, and I didn't want to say nothing. I didn't want to do the most, but I ended up just writing the song or whatever. That's how Pay Me came about. And I ended up like during the first version. If you look up, like if you was to ever have a file for me, it's gonna say Pay Me 2.0, because the original Pay Me, I'll say this name, like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't playing with you, bro. Like, all this work I did, bro, you crazy. So that's how they came about. Once he heard that, because we did a recap. I did a video recap of the show that we booked him for. I did a recap, and on that recap, I put that song. So he watched it and heard it. So then now he called me. Man, I heard your little diss song, bro. I said, I said, hey, first off, it wasn't no diss song, it was the truth. Second off, you was gonna hit me one way or another. Let you know how I felt, bro. And he was like, bro, the song, maybe in his mind, he was like, bro, it ain't about me paying you, whatever. I said, bro, I made that for these who done went through the same thing. Because he wasn't the only artist that did us like that. It was like two more. and that we all cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? We cool with everybody. We men. That's what I like about being a man. And we have misunderstanding. He may carry on, but at some point we gonna come together. Like, bro, I was thinking about you, whatever the case may be. We gonna come together and get this shit right. So he he hit me like, yeah, I heard this song, whatever. We smoothed it out. Just made me go into the studio and I just took his name out. That's all.
Yeah.
I took his name out or whatever. And I made it a song in general for DJs.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, people was like, bro, what other song you got? And I was like, I ain't got no other song. I was like, well, you need to make a song. Like, what you doing? Like, you need to make a whole little project. And everybody kept telling me that. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go and see what I can do. So I made a 7-song. It's really 5 songs on there. They got like 2 little skits that I made or whatever. And everything ties into DJing. The first song that's on there, it's called Playing Games. It's dealing with how promoters treat DJs. They don't want to pay us on time, or they want to underpay us, or can you take this night, or you know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, like your job is to get the people here, whether I post it or not.
Yep.
Your job is to get the people here, and my job is to DJ. Now, whether they come or not, I still DJ. And you didn't wait on my services, so why do I have to wait on my money? And that's why now it's like, okay, you want to book me? I need this deposit. And when I walk in the building, before I set up, before I pull any board out, my computer stand, I need the other half up front. That's how I operate now. Because people were literally, well, we ain't make that much tonight, bro. Can you take? No, I can't take that. I need what I charge you. You book me because you know what I come for. Like, come on now. Like, if you had to book a wedding plan or something like that, you can't undercut them. You can't. It's not gonna happen. So don't do me like that. Especially if I'm the one working from the time I get there to the time everybody leave. I'm the one working. Bartenders even get to sit down sometimes. I don't get to sit down. I'm up the whole time, bro. Just pay me my money. And that's how I feel about it. But before we get violent, I'm gonna say something. And it's still not gonna get violent, because the way I move now is I operate through God, man. So if you want to deal with God, that's on you. I'm gonna listen, because his rapping, you can't play with his chosen ones. You feel me? So that's why that song came from. I got Never Failing, and Never Failing on the album. It's really just it's a softer way of me telling you why you have to pay me, why you have to stop playing games. It's a start, and I'm just telling them. And I would say just a little bit. I say you think just because you know me, you coming up on the come up. You see me rocking shows, keeping people locked to the sun up. Females twerking for hours, and niggas be throwing money. You begging to get yours played. Niggas low key be bumming. The artists, I talk about the artists, how they be coming to me and begging to begging to get their stuff played because it's rocking. But I told them on the song, I told them, I said, I could give a F about your video, the F about your car. If I play your junk right now, your junk gonna throw the vibe off, and I'm working 100 songs straight. I don't miss. It's 100,000 people in it, and you knowing I'm a savage. My laptop at the Louis V bag is Port City nigga looking like I'm having. You feel me? Like this is real. Like all this is real, and I had to pop my pop my jump in a little bit, whatever. But I'm letting them know, like, bro, it's a business. In order for you to get your jump play, you got to get a relationship with a DJ. If you come to me while it's jumping, I'm finna charge you $200. If you ain't got $200, don't no, because if we like this, then they hear a song that that they don't know. You done just killed the vibe.
Yep.
People be like, okay, it's time to go home. I was already ready to go home. Wait for a moment to go home. Boom, they going home. Like, come on, it's a business, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. Yeah, that whole project is about that. It's called Turntables. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that I wrote, it came because I was going through stuff mentally. Even when it comes to like having love and stuff, it's so hard to have a girlfriend as a DJ. It's just it don't work. It don't work because you cool with everybody. Cool. If you a good DJ, everybody cool with you. Everybody in the city cool with you, is including the girls that don't like your girlfriend. They love you. Boy, it's hard. That's why I'm single. I'm in my purpose. And I'm just gonna let God lead me to whoever. I still believe in marriage or whatever, but I know I'm not finding my wife at the club. So you know.
I'm single. I'm in purpose. Perfect. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Man, that's a good segue, man. We gonna go back to DJ Savage for a little bit here, get into a little vibe talk segment. So this part of the show, we play a little snippet of a few songs from your catalog. You already gave us some backstories, but we'll see if there's anything else that comes to mind as we play them. So we're going to start with Pay Me. You started that first. That's the first song I heard from you. So we're going to play a little bit of Pay Me. I'll let y'all hear DJ Savage on the other side of the board, coming through your speakers. Let's get into Pay Me by DJ Savage.
Let's get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a real DJ, I don't do replays. Might play a Troy song for the little bitch. Play the little baby, the shit go crazy. Nigga throw money all in this bitch. Bitch be working, really be twerking. Bitch but sweats cause I'm rocking this bitch. Goof ass nigga ask a question with a flash drive. Bitch, you gotta pay me to play your shit. DJ be vibing, silent, wildin'. All the hoes buy 'em. Nigga be charged at 7, never mind them. Nigga talk shit, but my nigga behind them. Hey, I'm not no DJ, but you can book me for your B-day. I move a little different, my network efficient, get money, no time for no V-day. Hey, crazy, I'ma play that boost. I'ma slide, ain't talking about twos. No pep, my gas be fruity. New edition, little homie, just cool it. Gotta know that more than just music. Let your song get, it wasn't a music. It was bullshit. You a church boy talking about full clips. It's the front for me. Fuck with Miss Evans, you promise you'll be on your feet. But nigga, I'm already standing. I'm dropping records for you.
Blowing on this.
It's cool. Honestly,
it's like your third or fourth cadence.
Oh,
Yeah, I love hearing the technicality when we do these vibe talk segments. Because most of the artists on here, it's not people like artists that everybody just knows, but it's super talented people, man. You just did like this between the hook and that verse. We didn't even finish the verse. I heard at least 3 different cadences in there. At least that's not easy to do.
Hey, that's because in my off time I'm listening to J. Cole, Big Crit, people like that. I ain't got no young boy. Like I got to play it when I'm DJing, but I ain't playing all that. I ain't not me. Not me.
That's funny. And it was very visual as well too. Like I could just, coming up with that USB. Like what?
It'd be crazy, boy.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I get it.
Because it hasn't happened to me in a while, but like that very first gig I did, 2 artists came to me that night. So yeah, can I give you this? And like, I don't even think I had like my Wi-Fi set up at the time or something. I'm trying to just get a feel for what's going on right now. Cause it was like New Era was there for a little bit of that too. I ain't have a laptop stand. It was so much. I did not know what I was doing that night when I just looked back on it. It was crazy. So like adding that into the mix, I was like, yeah, I heard the frustration in here. But I also like how you say, I don't do replays. Like that's something that people could easily miss that piece. But that's like as a DJ, that's a big thing. You going? We had Slim Rob on here. I think that was season 2 or 3. I can't even remember now. But no, the way he described DJing, he say DJing is like playing Tetris on level 10 for 4 hours. It's
definitely that.
You got to keep putting in, and you got to deal with the drunk person coming up to you. They like know your job better than you. So yeah, I like Pay Me, man. I like Pay Me.
That's good. I got one. Let me go here real quick. Dirty MC, let's get it.
Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
Dirty MC. Shout out to Miles College.
Shout out to Miles College, man.
It was me and TTU throwing parties, making moves. Niggas mad, we driving 750 BMWs. Hoes we never had to choose, cause we won, we never lose. Had the teachers hating, trying to kick us out of school. But nigga, we them dudes, we jumped over every mountain. They kicked us off the campus, so we ran the student housing. They won't book us in the club, so we brought the club to us. They want to work now, but bitches, $750 down.
Who that foot
we wearing chain and we buzz down. They see me out, they know what's up now. Savage way. Yeah. Look, we ain't had no speakers, but DJs wanted to be us. They trying to book parties, but we fucking with all the features. Football coaches and teachers saw us hustle, couldn't believe it. We on top, cause on your tip told you still couldn't reach us. We getting global money, you could say we bank at Regis. Pray to God for protection, this industry full of demons. My demeanor was treated, they was blind so they couldn't see us. Put up in Willie Beamers, hoes was lusting, they was dreamers. Four goals across the top. You said you love me, I ain't say that. Nigga handed
Oh,
me
it's so different after our conversation now.
I was like, oh yeah, we just talked about this. Yeah, that's why I had to play it.
man.
That's why I had to play it. I was like, we just talked about this. I was like, oh, but now it's more, like you said, it's more meaning to it now because after we talked about the story. Now that's good. It's refreshing. A rapper raps on beat. So I appreciate you for that. Because up here in Milwaukee, you know, we have a just kind of background. So I actually got my school hat on right here. So we have a studio at our school, real professional $1 million studio built by Note for Notes, which is a well-renowned studio company that builds studios across the world. Anyway, so you know the kids get to use it for free, and so you know, by me being an elective class, you know, we have one podcast, dabbing all this stuff like that. So a lot of times the kids are like, hey, look, Mr. Thompson, this what I play, and they be all off beat, they rapping off beat, and it's just that's the new style. And maybe I don't know it'd be like I'm like y'all shoot y'all be missing the beat. Y'all like y'all just can't find that joker. Like y'all need to put y'all finger up when y'all rapping on y'all phones or whatever y'all use to rap to get your lyrics on, because well, I tell you, y'all can't find that beat, man. Beating y'all up. Tear y'all up. So it's refreshing to hear somebody that, and like you said, you're a musician anyway, so it makes sense. But man, boy, whew, it's refreshing to hear music that's on beat. God,
yeah. I had to unplug my mic because my phone was about to die, so I'm back on the Charles now. So can y'all still hear me?
Yeah,
yes,
you
sir.
Okay, yeah. So definitely, I'm real big on just I'm from Mobile, Alabama, so we love down there. We love Boosie and Webby. Like they was like our pastors down there. That's what TTU call it. You know, that's our pastor down there. Like we done had all the Boosie from the first Boosie to the last Boosie. You know what I'm saying? But when I got up to Miles was from everywhere: Atlanta, LA, Ohio, Milwaukee, New York, Florida. You know what I'm saying? So in order for me to please the crowd, we had to go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of drew me away from my original, Boosie and Webbies and all that. Cause when it was crunch time, I was playing all kinds of Set It Off and G shit by Webby. I'm playing all that stuff, but because I got into the new style and when Young Thug was just coming out with Danny Glover and Rich Homie came out, I didn't even like Rich Homie because I'm like, why is he singing? I thought he was a rapper, but my homeboy, I was hanging with my boy Run Your Bands Up, my boy Ronald, he a Kappa, and then we had Rob. But they were looking at me like, this nigga tripping. How you a DJ and you don't like this junk? So now because everybody from the A and I have to play it, it's like, okay, I see why everybody like it now. So it made me transform my mind. And then on top of that, because I was a musician and I was still playing, I wanted to feel my music more than anything, which caused me to listen to jazz on my off time, listening to jazz, listening to blues, listening to a lot of R&B, old R&B, old Earth, Wind and Fire, the Commodores, the OJs, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that expanded my horizon. I just did a party that I posted. Like this past Friday. I did a party, no number old folks. It was supposed to be a what's called boots on the ground thing, whatever. So I did that. I think they came to me. They was like, yeah, we ready to slide. I played probably two. It had to be like 2 or 3 slide songs. They knew boots on the ground, but they didn't know nothing else. Probably Flex or something like that. But man, after they got done eating, bro, I started playing like Whitney Houston. I'm in there playing, bro. I played Car Wash. Bro, I played Car Wash, bro, and it went up from Car Wash. I'm playing Square Biz. I was playing September. Man, bro, I was playing so much old, bro. I wish I could I was playing so much old stuff to the point where I started posting on my Instagram like, bro, y'all niggas would fold. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know about this era of music.
Yeah, man.
Y'all wouldn't know that at all. Okay?
And Sunday morning cleaning up music.
You feel me? You feel me? And then like I said, my daddy played bass too, so he would get calls to, he was doing like these weddings and stuff, and half of their music was that. You know what I'm saying? Playing that stuff, whatever, man. So And then like I'm a drummer as well. The drums is my main instrument. So it ain't nothing for me to, that's why I know how to scratch real good. I do everything on beat, rap on beat, do everything. You know what I'm saying? So I just been blessed with that musical knowledge. And the people they rapping off beat now, bro. It's for some reason it's a style today. And
Yeah.
and people love it. And I'm just not getting on to it. It's like, I guess I get it, but it's just annoying
It is.
that
What it
you
is.
can't. What happened to? There's no more cadences. There's no more the stuff that actually engage us. You know why Lil Wayne was so fire, man? On top of him just being a smart ass, his cadences. He was able to switch it up.
Yep.
Like the people that's popping now, that's still relevant to this day, that can make a song and still be relevant, are the people that came out with their own styles. You had Migos, they had their own styles, and when they transformed from the trapping out the house with the boys, when they came from that to Bad and Boosie, Bad and Boosie was like an upgrade style, same style in another way. Now we can feel it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We can feel it a little bit. 2 Chainz, he started damn right, I got it.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And now you got Usaisi. Usaisi, he got that gangsta shit, but his flow, man, popping out soon as dark. I've been trapping all through the day. She was ready to spoil, waiting on their moment to spray. That's significant.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who gonna always, no matter what they put out, it's gonna always hit because they're the style creators. Everybody else is just biting off of that.
Yep.
So rapping on beat or having your own style is very important. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing you recognize that for sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Because like I said, I was hearing something today and I was like, I'm like, who is this? And they was like, oh, it's my brother. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. I'm breaking my head. I'm like, man, that boy cannot rap on like nothing. But and I grew up on East Coast music, so I love the boom bap. But the Jay-Z's, the Nas's and all that good stuff. But even to this day, Griselda, Benny the Butcher, like I love that type of music, and it's a different style. But of course, but it's refreshing to hear T.I. T.I. came out with it.
Yeah.
That man is.
I'm looking forward to this album.
Woo.
Yeah.
And then J. Cole did the DJ Clue joint, and it's like, woo, like it's refreshing. This is just refreshing to hear something, and the kids would say that's trash. I'm like, no, you gotta listen. Like, you actually have to listen to hear what they saying. The beat is good, and you just gotta. It's the beauty about music. It's to your point, it's a puzzle. Like, you gotta put it all together, and sometimes you might miss it the first time, but then when you go back and hear it again, and you hear something that you didn't hear before, or you hear a trumpet somewhere that you didn't get it the first time. And that's what I love about music. It's like you can go back and you be like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait. Or you hear something, you think it's the original, and you hear it somewhere else, you be like, dang, I did not know that was the original. Man, music is amazing. It's amazing, dog. It really is amazing.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. I know maybe a little person, I don't know, but have y'all ever, smoke? Like, y'all ever, I don't smoke now, but smoke weed, whatever.
I tried, but
okay. So I just want to ask, what was y'all musically? What was your motivation?
Musically,
what was if music played any part of your motivation in smoking? What would it be?
What would it be? Oh, okay, got you. I see what you're saying. Now it would be jazz. It would be jazz. I'll throw some Duke Ellington on or some Coltrane. Like, now would be that, because I wouldn't want to hear any words. I wouldn't want any words, or if it is words in there, like Soul Supreme or something like that, I just keep it simple. Keep it simple. But
you're trying to float for sure.
Yeah. I just want to hear some words. I want to have a great conversation. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer you 2 ways. So for one, because I don't consider myself a smoker. I'm not, like, I have done it every now and then. I might, just depend on what's going on. But before I ever did it at all, I always told people I had like a stoner's ear because I was sending stuff to like some of my frat brothers or other people I knew who did. So I was like, you might want to play this during that time. It's just like, I don't know, it's kind of how my ear works. Like Last Time with Gucci and Travis Scott is like a song I just really like. No, I can't think right now, but like I like stuff like that kind of you can be in just like a little vibe. Like I like that riding down. I think about like Lake Shore Drive in Chicago, like riding down Lake Shore Drive at night with the window down, looking at the water. Like I like that kind of stuff. That's kind of my vibe. Now from prior experience, R&B hits different. I always love R&B, but in that moment, like R&B hits different. Two songs that come to mind in particular: "Sky's the Limit" by Kenyon Martin. First time I heard that was in that moment, and my God, I love that song to this day because of that. And another song that I'd always heard, but I really appreciated after hearing it like that, was "ICU" by Coco Jones. That song, I was like, hold on, I ain't never heard this like this before. Like, so I will say like them R&B cuts in that mode I found kind of resonates with my spirit.
Okay. I had asked that because it's just reiterating on when bro said about the music that we listen to, the kids really think it's trash. Now, as y'all know, I be on 2K and sometimes I stream, but when I don't stream, I still have my computer hooked up and I'm either playing with my mixes or I'm playing stuff that I listen to.
Yeah.
Man, the reason what got me smoking real heavy, like my friends really got me smoking, but what got me smoking real heavy was Wiz Khalifa, Cushion Orange Juice.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Man, listen, bro. Cushion Orange Juice is a timeless classic. I compare Cushion Orange Juice to Truly Yours 2 by J. Cole. Big Crit, Crit was here. These are classics. You know, this is when Currency was out like that.
Currency, another one got them. Vibes, like,
yeah, we hear you. Yeah, yeah, we got you. Yeah.
I was gonna play it off because you came back in kind of on beat, so I was going like nothing happened.
Yeah. No, we could definitely hear you. Now see, that makes me wanna go and drive now. Just go ahead and get in the car and play some music. Lately I just been having a love-hate affair with music where I just want to hear no, you good. No, you good. We can make that work. But lately I've been having a love and hate affair with music because of what's been out. No, it's not what's been out. It's the volume of music. Before, when things dropped, we grew up in a time when music came out on a Tuesday, and then all of a sudden now it's Friday. But it's the volume of music that's out now where it's like I can't really sit with it and enjoy it because the next thing is coming out, or that same artist will then drop a double deluxe, you know what I'm saying, or another EP that come out, and it's like, when 2014 Forest Hill Drive came out, that's all you got, and then then you waiting for the next couple years, like these legacy acts like the Kendricks and the J. Coles and the Wale's and the Big Seans and all those that we used to listen to back in our college days was like, this was great. Of course, they had a little, mixtape here and there, things come out, but you still had to go to that pit for you had to go somewhere to get it and still live with it for a little while. But now the volume of music is just so much, and it's so
shelf life.
Yeah, the shelf life is low. So I think that's why I've been having my love-hate relationship. So now I would rather take music from recommendation, like, hey, you should listen to this or check out this album, or Devin might send me something to me. I'm like, let me go check this out real quick. But then again, there's one thing that'll tug your ear, and I'm like, I gotta listen to this. Yeah, I gotta listen to this. Or my favorite podcast, Joe Budden. One of my favorite podcasts, Joe Budden. He'll play it. I'm like, oh snap, this was going hard. Let me go back to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's music is still great though. I still love it. To this day. But now it's different. It's different. Music is different now. It's different.
It is different.
What's been pushed is different, I should say. I'll say that. We got DJ Savage way out here dropping bars on this, and the beats are cold. and
Yeah,
and
them beats go.
like, man, and he rapping on beat. I can't say that enough. Like it's all good. And it's a story. It's a story. Like this is a story. Like you said, turntables is for DJs. And even if you're not a DJ, you can still hear it. Like, or you could be on the other side convicted. Like, dang, I did try to do that one time. You know. So, yeah, no, this is good. Good stuff.
Hey man, from GD to God, turntables.
Yeah,
Come on,
now, come on. Well, I tell you, that man ain't a preacher. I don't know.
Oh,
man.
That was good.
I will make that the title, but I don't need no problems out here. Hey man, Savage, this has been a great one, man. I'm glad we got you on here. Long time coming, whether you knew it or not. So I'm glad we had you on here, brother. Man, any last words for the DJs listening, the artists listening, the musicians, your future wife, whoever? Any last words from you, man, that you want to share with the people?
Nothing for my future wife, because I don't even know if that's possible right now. But as far as like DJs, artists, and all that, man, just if you're gonna do it, man, do it. Don't be scared to, trust your instincts. Let God lead you. Don't let your friends talk you out of it. Don't let your mama talk you out of it. I went through all that, man. Mom stayed telling me you need to get you a job. And now it's like I'm paying my bills, man. There's nothing you can say. And on top of that, I'm loving what I'm doing. I'm not having to drag myself to my job because you know what I'm saying, like, definitely school is definitely a way to reach the masses as well. So when if y'all young, y'all watching this, man, as soon as you get out of high school, man, go to college. Like, don't waste no time in these streets. I feel like when you get out of high school and stuff, man, you're gonna be too young for you to start using your hands. You can. I'm not get your money if that's what you want to do. But college is definitely that doorway, especially go to a prestigious college like we did. We went to Miles College, man. We had actors working there. Thelma Good Times used to work there. Mike Tyson, ex-wife was there. Bill Cosby was coming there. Obama was bro. We saw a whole bunch of stuff, bro. So, and that's the case. We've been in the right spot in the right places. Me going with TIG, all that stuff happened at Miles College because of Miles College. You know what I'm saying? It opened up a doorway for it. So, to keep God first. Artists, get a relationship with your DJ. Don't just ask him to play this stuff because it's gonna be a transactional relationship. Every time I see you, I'm gonna be expecting money. You're gonna be expecting me to play your jump. That's cool. But if we had a relationship, no matter where I'm at, I'll play it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's good. You making my job easy as well. I can do it, bro. But just don't come up with nagging on DJ with us. Because after a while, I'm gonna tell you, hey, bro, security, get him out of here. Real talk.
Straight up, man.
Go to church.
Go to church, man.
Yes,
go to church. Go to church, man. How can people stay connected with you, man?
You can follow me on all platforms. That's Instagram, Snapchat, Christian Mingles, everything, man. DJ Savage Way and DJ Savage Way, DJ SAVAGEWAY. TikTok, Twitch, everything, man. I'm just not starting my Twitch. I'm just not getting on that, but you know what I'm saying. Everything. That's every platform.
Gamer tag. Throw your gamer tag on there too. What's the gamer tag?
DJ Savage Way, every platform.
DJ Savage. I'm about to add you too. I forgot to ask you about the 2K because I'm definitely about to play that as well in a minute. So, but I'm gonna add you on there.
You definitely got to go to his IG page and all that. See them clips, man. I'm a fan of Floater God. Loader.
Oh God.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, we got all of Savage's info in the description, so make sure you click those links we got and tap in with him, man. Good brother doing good things. I've seen the journey myself, man. So he's inspired me along my way. And I'm sure we're gonna end up doing something in the same space at some point, at some time. So looking forward to that happening too, man. Every year I'm at homecoming, TT like, all right, man, I'm ready for you, man. I'm ready for you, man. When you go take the throne, it's yours. Like, hey, man, I'm chilling, man. Savage got it. Savage got it. But nah, man. I've had some thoughts around Share the Vibes and homecoming for a few years now. I ain't made it happen yet. This might be the I pull the trigger. I keep you posted if I do. Nonetheless, man, this has been dope, man. Mwanje, any last words from you, brother?
No, man, this is great. I guess the last thing I would say, man, everything is working for your good. So the good times, the bad times, the rough times, the broke times, the doing okay times to now I'm making it on my own mama times. Like it all works for your good. So don't discount the process. Don't discount the process. That's how I put it. Don't discount the process.
Hey, humility leads to long life, honor, and riches. That's what the book say. So, man, on that note, hey, if y'all watching with us on YouTube, we appreciate you for rocking with us. Like, share, subscribe, comment below, click that bell so you know when we post. Share this with somebody who needs to hear this because you know somebody who needs to hear it. Don't be stingy. Share the vibes. That's what it's all about. I forgot to say it in the beginning, but if you hear you heard it because you love us and you hear you doing what you're supposed to do. So, man, appreciate y'all for rocking with us. This has been a great one. We'll be back pretty soon with another one. But until then, stay safe, stay blessed, keep sharing the vibes. Peace.
Sure.